He stood in front of the mirror, and for the first time in years, he didn't recognize the person staring back at him. Tired eyes, a fragile face, a man who had given everything except to himself. He looked closer at the tired eyes, the fading spark, the man who had slowly disappeared while trying to please everyone else. And in that moment, he realized something painful. He had stopped taking care of himself long ago. The room was silent. The kind of silence that makes a man hear his own thoughts. He felt the weight of every choice, every sacrifice, every moment he put himself last. And for the first time, he wondered if he could ever find his way back. For years, he ran for everyone. Every call, every problem, every crisis, he was always the one who showed up. But while he held everyone else together, his own life quietly fell apart. He answered every message, even when he had nothing left to give. He helped people who never once asked if he was okay. Every day, a little more of him disappeared, and no one noticed. Some nights he sat in the silence, wondering when he stopped living for himself. He had become the strong one for everyone, yet inside, he was breaking in ways no one ever saw. One morning, something inside him finally broke. He woke up and felt nothing, no strength, no hope, no reason to keep running. For the first time, he realized he was truly lost. He looked around and realized none of this was who he wanted to be. The life he was living wasn't his anymore. And the scariest part was admitting the truth, that somewhere along the way, he had completely disappeared. In that silence, he finally heard the truth. A whisper from somewhere deep inside him, telling him that life didn't have to stay this way, that maybe he was meant for more than suffering. But somewhere inside him, a tiny spark refused to die. For the first time in a long time, he wondered what would happen if he chose himself. Just once. He didn't fix everything in one day. He didn't suddenly become strong. But he stood up, and that alone was enough. Because sometimes the smallest step is the beginning of an entirely new life. And in that moment, he realized something he had forgotten for years. Strength wasn't something you waited for. It was something you created, one small choice at a time. So he made a decision, a simple one, to stop running from himself, to show up for his own life, the way he once showed up for everyone else. He stepped outside, and for the first time in a long time, the world didn't feel heavier than him. He wasn't healed, he wasn't whole, but he was moving, and that was enough. With every small step, he felt pieces of himself returning, the parts he thought were gone forever. And for the first time in years, he began to believe that he was worth rebuilding. He stopped asking for strength and started creating it. Small routines, small choices, small victories. This is how he began rebuilding the man he lost. His body resisted at first. His mind doubted every step. But he kept moving, not because he felt strong, but because he was tired of feeling broken. He wasn't suddenly stronger. He wasn't suddenly healed. But something had changed. For the first time in years, his mind wasn't fighting him. It was walking beside him. Every breath felt a little steadier, every movement a little lighter. And for a man who once thought he would never rise again, this quiet progress meant everything. He began to move with purpose again. Not fast, not perfect, but with intention. Every step he took now was a quiet promise to himself that he would never go back to the man who only survived his days. He was learning to live them again. Strength didn't arrive suddenly. It appeared in tiny decisions. The messages he stopped answering, the people he stopped chasing, the habits he refused to return to. He wasn't fixing his life. He was finally choosing himself. And in that silence, he realized something he had forgotten for years. Peace wasn't given to him. It was something he could choose. And he chose it, slowly, quietly, stubbornly. And then, something inside him finally shifted. Life didn't feel like a weight anymore. It felt like a chance to breathe, to rebuild, to become the man he once hoped he could be. He didn't need perfection. He didn't need applause. What he needed was to look in the mirror and finally recognize the man staring back. Not the broken version, but the one who survived everything that was meant to destroy him. For the first time in years, he felt light. Not because life became easier, but because he finally became stronger. And in that quiet moment, he realized that he hadn't been reborn. He had rebuilt himself. For the first time in a long while, he felt something shift inside him. Not a miracle, not a sudden burst of happiness, just the quiet thought that maybe, just maybe, his story wasn't over yet. He didn't need to win today. He only needed to stand up and take the next step. For years, he lived in darkness, carrying pain like a second skin. But in this moment, something shifted. Not the world, him. He finally understood. Healing doesn't come all at once. It arrives in small breaths, small choices, one brave step at a time. And for the first time in his life, he wasn't afraid anymore. He looked at the light in front of him and whispered, "I'm not done. My story is not over. I still have something to live for." And with that single thought, hope returned to a heart that had forgotten how to feel. He didn't rise overnight. He didn't heal in a single moment. But step by step, breath by breath, he became someone new, someone stronger, someone wiser, someone who no longer feared the weight of his own past. And standing there now, with light finally touching his face, he realized something powerful. He was not the man who fell. He was the man who stood back up. He thought life had broken him. He thought he would never feel light again. But here he stands, not as the man who fell, but as the man who refused to stay down. He rebuilt himself from nothing, piece by piece, step by step. And now, with a smile born from pain and strength, he finally understands this is not the end of his story. This is where it truly begins. He finally realized something. Life had never been against him. It was waiting for him to stand up, to choose himself, to try one more time. And in that moment, he understood. His past was not a prison. It was preparation. He wasn't the same man anymore. The world that once broke him now feared the strength he rebuilt. He stood tall, calm, unshaken, not because life became easier, but because he became unbreakable. This is your reminder. You don't need to win every day. You just need one moment, one decision, one step forward. Because the life you dream of is built by the person you decide to become, starting today. And remember this, even on the days you feel lost, the sunrise still comes for you. You survived everything that was meant to break you. Now, go become everything you were meant to be.